We are going live. Okay. Oh my goodness, I think we are already live, are we? Sorry, you guys, I didn't see this. I will have to edit it out because, yes, hi. Okay, I wasn't sure that we were actually live. So today I want to talk about why so many people have trouble sticking with it. I'm going to tell you two stories that I think are really relevant and hopefully that will help. So, hi, everybody. I'm Ricki Heller from rickiheller.com, and I help women on restricted diets learn to love their food so they can stick with it as long as they need to lose their symptoms and get their lives back. And I think that a lot of the issues people have with sticking with it relate to focus. So I have two stories that I want to use to illustrate this. And one involves a person I know who moved to New York City from Australia a couple of years ago. And she's been having trouble sleeping in the evening. And so she went to a doctor. She was thinking, maybe it's something I eat, maybe it's caffeine. I can, change coffee or tea or something like that. She wanted lifestyle changes that would help her to sleep more easily. And she went to a doctor and she said that within about 10 minutes, the doctor said, okay, so I'm going to give you something for indigestion. I'm going to give you something that is going to help you lose weight. This will really help you take the pounds off. And she said, well, wait a minute, because what he had given her was like something to speed up the metabolism. And she said, well, isn't that just going to actually rev me up? And then that's kind of like the opposite effect of what I want. And he said, oh, don't worry, I'll give you a sleeping pill so that you can sleep at night. And she just kind of left the office thinking, what? 3 pills in 15 minutes when there's nothing actually wrong with me? And I think that's such a reflection of, unfortunately, here in North America, and this is nothing against conventional medicine, but it just has evolved into a world where we believe that everything can be addressed with a pill. And if we address it with a pill, then it's like a quick solution, right? So you take a pill and you'll go to sleep tonight. You don't have to do anything, no effort involved. Just pop that pill. You can still eat the same things. You can still avoid exercise. You can still go to bed at 1 in the morning. It doesn't even matter. Just take a pill. And I think that is the first area where we really go way off in terms of what is best for us and what so many of us need to do in order to get the kind of long term and permanent solutions we want. Because we forget that pills have side effects and we don't even think about what the repercussions are going to be of taking those things long term. So that's the first thing I think is so, so important and for us to consider. The second story is related to someone that emailed me looking for some help. And she wrote me a long email about, problems dealing with SIBO and feeling like she has difficulty with her digestion and it's getting worse and worse. And the subject line was, please help. And in it, she said, you have to help me. I don't know what to do. I'm not getting better. I can't even eat a sugar laden cookie without having a reaction. And I thought about that statement. And I thought, again, I think we are focusing on the wrong things, right? If someone is thinking that they can't even eat a cookie full of sugar without getting symptoms, they're not seeing the cookie as the problem. They're saying, I want to be able to eat those cookies. I want to be able to eat whatever I want and still feel better. But the fact is, her body's giving her a message. And so I think both of these stories relate to how much we have just been trained as we've gotten older to ignore the messages of our body. And let me tell you, I myself am totally guilty of this. I mean, I went months knowing that something was wrong with when I had this rash growing and just ignoring it because I just couldn't face the idea of having to change my diet so significantly. But the fact is, the more we listen to our bodies, the more we're going to be able to find those foods that work for us. And I think that's really where it all begins. It begins with what you eat and then seeing what happens. So if your body is saying sugar in cookie bad, help me, right? It's giving you a message. We need to learn to listen to that instead of ignoring it and saying, I will take a pill to override that message, cause other side effects down the road, but that doesn't solve the problem. And so I think if you really want to learn to stick with it, the first thing you have to look at is what are you eating and how do you respond to it? And when people ask me for specific foods that they should eat for their particular condition, well, the first thing is I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose. I can't treat anyway. But I would say listen to what your body's telling you. Sometimes even the doctors are wrong. I know. But your body is going to know when something works for you or it doesn't. And if you have a bad reaction to something, I would think that's usually a sign to avoid that food. It's like the old joke, the guy goes into the doctor's office and he says, "Hey, doc, it hurts when I go like this. What should I do?" The doctor says, "Don't go like this," right? Because it's giving you a message. If you get a stomach ache and you break out in hives and you have indigestion when you eat cookies full of sugar, maybe that's a sign that your body doesn't like you giving it that much sugar. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, haha. It's a hard message for a lot of people to take, but that's the first thing to pay attention to. If you want to stick with healthy eating, find out what works and what feels good. And you know what? It's much easier to stay with a diet when you feel physically good all the time versus a diet that doesn't make you feel good. So I hope that helps. I'm going to be talking so much more about what we can do to get in that right mindset around sticking with it. What are the different things we need to think about? How can we change our thoughts so that we actually want to seek out those healthy foods and listen to our body's reactions and stay on that path of eating healthfully until our bodies can heal, until we feel better, and then live the rest of our lives enjoying the best health we possibly can. So I'm going to be talking about this. I have a new free workshop coming up called Stick With It this summer. Very excited about it. It starts on May 17th. We already have over 30 people signed up and the registration just opened, I think yesterday. So I would love for you to join us. If you would like to, just go to rickiheller.com/workshop list. That's all one word, workshop list, LIST. And you can sign up and join us there. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. And if you have any questions, please do put them in the comments. For some reason, Facebook isn't letting me see the comments, but at least it's letting me broadcast today. It wouldn't let me do that yesterday either. So leave it any questions in the comments or anything that you wanted me to talk about in future. I always come back and look at them. And I will see you guys again soon. All right, take care. Bye.